Welcome to another spooky episode of Tales from the Head.
Well, I love it. I love it.
Good intro. So,
Yeah. And we can't play because we don't have the budget and we don't want to get sued. But in my mind,
but no one knows what it is either, so they can't even take me down for it.
yeah. No, but
as long as they don't mention it.
In my head, the Halloween by Misfits started to play also. But in my head, so
No. Yeah, and I wish if we were on a Patreon or something, I think we could do that. Hey, one day maybe.
Hey, that's what we're aiming for.
That's what we're aiming for.
Striving for.
But yeah. So we're obviously in the month of October. You know, it's Halloween month. It's the spooky month. It's fire season. It's all kinds of fun things that we're dealing with. So, but besides the grand scheme of things, it is the season of the witch. Besides the grand scheme of things, how has the week been going for you?
It's been kind of rough, but not so bad. I can't really complain. It's more like me just, oh, look at my job, it's so difficult, blah blah. But I did learn that if it's a big enough deal to like make me kind of talk about it, then it's a big deal to me. Because at the end of the day, it's about us and how we kind of handle stuff. But no, just we have a 4-day week at school this year. We're finishing up the first quarter of grading. Yeah, whatever. In the next couple of days, so just catching up with like work and like catching up with grading and having students submit the grades. And then next week we also have a 4-day. So usually the way it works when you're a teacher or also a student, anytime you would think they will go much faster when it's like a 4-day week, but no, it's the complete opposite. It drags. Everything goes haywire, as you've noticed that we had Zoom issues going on today.
Oh yeah,
been having Zoom issues all week, and then just everybody's just crazy. So everybody's been crazy this week, and I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna be crazy next week, and then it's in about 2 weeks everything will be back to normal. But how's your week going?
Well, to elaborate on what you're saying, not to not answer your question, but I feel like this month is going to feel less weird because of how this whole year's been. And usually the month of October has got that cool stigma as being the fun, creepy month. And now I guess it's just going to be hopefully just the fun month.
Yeah.
Because when you go through a pandemic and race riots, I don't know. What's really scary? I mean, supernatural is spooky, but then you're not like, there's actual physical danger in your life, right? So
yeah,
it's now we've gotten to the point where Halloween's almost a Christmas for us. And it's like, bring us to our old time of happiness. But I'm always going to feel that way this month. Just like in December, some people are super like, oh, I hate Christmas. I love the season of Christmas and the holidays. I love Halloween. I obsess all year long about things I want to do on Halloween. But before we elaborate on that, let me actually answer your question with how has my week been. And it's similar to yours. Like, you're like, how interesting is it? But let's bitch. So I work as a dispatcher in a cannabis company, and it is a great job. I love my job. Do I love our customers? No. Do I respect them? Not really. Do I need them to make money?
Okay.
Yes. But as negative as I sound towards them, I'm actually really good at putting my customer service hat on when I answer a phone. I'm actually really polite and professional, which is unlike who I am on a regular basis. My boss knows this, but he also knows that like I'm just over talking with customers, and we have a very interesting client base, which is like not only do you just get stoners, but because we're like a boutique cannabis company, we carry in limited drop kind of stuff within NorCal or even just Cali in general. But for example, we had this strain of stuff called Platinum Lemon Cherry Gelato. There was only 3 places in the state of California that had it, and we were one of them. The whole state. So we sold a pound of this stuff, which is 120 bags or something.
Mm-hmm.
And each bag was going for $70. So we sold all that within 3 business days. It was insane. We had people wanting to buy quarter pounds from us. That's how limited these things are. I don't understand that. And I'm building up my point, which was you get all these like artsy fartsy weed people, and just like with wine connoisseurs, if you go to wine, I love drinking wine. I love going up to Napa and going to the wineries and stuff. But what I don't like about wine drinking is the annoying, bitchy, snob wine people. Well, guess what? There's also bitchy, annoying, snob weed people. Because right now the weed thing is kind of a stigma. Well, it is, and that's true. But right now, too, because of Instagram being all about like glamorizing our lives that aren't always glamorous or fun, but everyone thinks they're interesting. Everyone thinks they're inspiring. I mean, we're doing it, but whatever. We have a better reason, but so it's just you deal with a lot of needy, annoying, privileged people. Very privileged. I mean, you're in a delivery service, so you kind of have to understand that you are going to be dealing with people with expectations. That's the whole point of delivery. It's convenient. But my issue is you just get these young kids that are like fucking IT level smart with their electronics, but they can't put an online order in. It doesn't work for me. It's like I'm constantly like feeling like I'm taking care of like people that can't take care of themselves, and all they need to do is order weed. It's just like, is this your biggest speed bump today? Is making a decision on how to spend your money? So it's a pretty low stress job. But my coworker usually is the one that does the phones. I handle I get in there in the morning. I build the cases for the guys, make sure everything's counted, load all the new stuff up in the cases for them, make sure all their money's good, load them up at the car. I'm kind of the manager, dispatcher. And then I like dispatching like my team. I like controlling where they go and routing them, and I love doing that. I hate dealing with customer service. I don't mind dealing with customers every once in a while, but I hate dealing with just because, dude, we get some weird people. Like, how like alcoholics get bitchy and itchy when they need a drink. Same goes with weed, dude. These people are so like jonesing, and it's just like I don't want to deal with this. I'm like, go smoke something. Go stop being such a pain in the ass. Anyway, it's not that crazy of a job. It's just I don't like dealing with people. People are annoying. Most of my clientele is just like really privileged people that I'm just not, a fan of. Like, I don't like I don't like their attitudes. They don't tip our drivers a lot. Sometimes I'm just like, you're not good people. But anyway, that was pretty much my week.
And I think you
as far as work goes.
No, but I think you nailed it by saying that, like when they're kind of like fiending for their things, like, whenever you're not in the mood or like you really want something, you're like, your best self, if you will.
You're like hangry or cranky.
You don't want to deal with that.
I can't do customer service, brother. Not anymore. I'm tapped.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
I love talking to people. I love chopping it up. But I just don't like dealing with needy customers. I don't like doing it anymore. I'm not empathetic. I'm not empathetic to customers at all. Like, I realize I like my boss, like, he knows, because I'll tell him, I'll be like, and he knows I'm not like a dick to them directly, but I'll vent to him how I'm feeling. I'm like, dude, they're so fucking lazy. I don't even know how they wipe their own ass. Like, and he's like, you gotta be a little more understanding. He's like, I get it, but And I'm like, no, dude, look. And to be honest with you, you're totally right. I'm just telling you how I personally feel, but I never convey that to them, obviously. But no, he gets it, dude, because
Yeah.
me and my boss are kind of similar temperament-wise. So I think he gets where I'm coming from, and I think he wants to keep me and utilize my skill set, which can be customer service, but since it's not something I enjoy doing, he'd rather put someone else in there. And he kind of wants me to like take over, with the management side of it and, less on the customer service, which I think is smart. As a boss, you got to figure out where to place people and in their strengths, and how it showcases the strengths so it better suits your business. And I think that's smart. But I'm happy with it. I'm going to keep it. The one thing cannabis has taught me in 2020 is that it is an essential business, which is being an essential business during a time like this is huge. Especially with you, Danny. We're very blessed to have essential jobs. So that's kind of the boring whole humble
dude,
thing at the end. But what's going on?
No, and as you were saying this also with your boss, I was also thinking well, I'm pretty sure your boss doesn't want to make you unhappy. If he values you
Right.
as an employee, he doesn't want to just make you push you out. So he's like, all right, well, I'm not going to put him and do something he doesn't want to do, because then I might just push him out, and then I'm going to be screwed.
Right. No, you're right. I think so too. But it's been I got this job right before my mom passed and right after I quit the post office. So I got love for this job because it gave me time off when I needed it, and they've always been really flexible. And I mean, the fact that I was able to just deliver weed for 6 months last year during all this shit, dude, that's a blessing, man. And that's why I get annoyed at my coworkers sometimes. Well, man, I went through hell. And I still liked doing this job. I got some of these. We used to. They're not there anymore. But we had some drivers that would complain, and it's just all you do, man, is get in a car. Not even your own personal car. We have company cars, and you just drive around and drop stuff off. That's it. You work 8-9 hours. That's it. I'm like, bro, these guys, and that's the other thing. They haven't had real work. They haven't really worked, So it's it's not all of them have that ethic and that already ingrained in them. So, but no, that's pretty much how my week's been.
Definitely reminds me. It reminds me of my time when I was in college and I was working for Edible Arrangements. Same thing. I wouldn't show up super early. I think I will start at 9:30 or 10. Show up, load up my van with 10 deliveries or 12 deliveries, plan out my own route, and then I'll be gone for 3 or 4 hours just dropping off, these arrangements at people's houses and at whatever, at offices and stuff. And it was fun, man. I liked it. Just drive around, listen to some music. You kind of you're left alone. You check in every now and then, hey, I got 5 more. They'll call you hey, so and so are wondering about their delivery, and you're oh, well, yeah, he's up next. I'll be there within the next half an hour. Kind of. It was chill, man. I liked it, but unfortunately, didn't pay the bills.
No, I know, and that's the hard part. But I mean, it's delivery jobs are my favorite too because I'm on my own. I like being on my own. I don't like being micromanaged. So, yeah, that's perfect. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of the cool, like the segue into our Halloween theme. Anyway, this month is a very festive month. Some people think all year long about it. We even didn't. We've been talking about it, and we finally did it. But we made an ofrenda. We already had a section of the new spot where we put a lot of our pictures and stuff. And I have my mom's urn. But we talked about it in the last house because we had this alcove where we really wanted to do it. But this time we actually did it. Steph bought some really cool Dia de los Muertos skull candles, and Champ and her picked out some marigolds that are yellow and red, and then dude, it's just super cool. And then like she got them at Michael's, so they're just like the fake flowers. And then she just took the flowers off because she's all, oh, no, that's how they do it. They don't put the whole petals. They just, it looks nicer. And then like she arranged it, and I should take a picture of it. But it's like super cool. And we've been talking about it for a few years about wanting to do an ofrenda. I think I talked with Art about it on this one of the Stoop Kid podcasts last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad we finally did that this year. Do you guys do an ofrenda?
We kind of do it for for Dia de los Muertos and All Souls Day. What we do is we have this like candles, like the ones that you'll see like burn at like a church, like not like the white ones, but like some church candles. So my mom will light that up. We usually put like the picture of like the Virgin Mary, and then like rosaries and stuff like that, and then we'll put a couple of pictures. Our family is kind of weird because we don't like taking pictures of ourselves, and we don't like posting pictures of people,
right?
So we do put like a couple of pictures here and there. Like there's a picture of my dad with my grandma. My grandma passed away of leukemia like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, so we put that picture up. One of my uncles, he passed away like 4 years ago, so we post that picture up. So it's just very very small, but we definitely always like when we definitely put the Virgin Mary picture, and the candle, for Dia de los Muertos here at our house. And then my mom has this thing where she likes to put like a glass of water for some reason. She likes to put a glass of water outside.
I got it.
Because allegedly, like the spirits, they'll come visit. They're thirsty, so you gotta offer them some water so they can carry
Some
on.
people put food, right?
Yeah, we don't go as far with the food, but I know in Mexico it's definitely like a big thing. So it really also was interesting about Dia de los Muertos is really depends on like what region of Mexico you're from is how to celebrate it. So my region where my parents are from is kind of like we do it. They do like the memorial kind of ofrenda, but not really like super big with the foods or anything.
Right.
Instead, they kind of spent the whole day at the cemetery. Go over to the cemetery. They play music. They go and hang out like the whole day over there. So that's like how we do it.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. And I know more south is where they do more of the ofrenda, and it's more bigger, like something like you saw in Coco.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because this tradition is not even like it dates back from like the indigenous times with like the honoring those who passed away and honoring those who passed, who are still with us, so, or memory with us. So that's always cool. So I would love to go one day down to like deep Mexico, or where they really do like the big ass celebrations. I think that'll be dope.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be super cool because I like I said, we it seems like we're both fans of just the whole eerie, cool. What do they call it? The macabre.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the macabre.
Yeah.
Like just the spooky, cool. I don't know, man. We're just into it. We're rocker kids. We're metalheads, and we're into all the Halloween shit and horror movies. So.
Yeah, we love that shit, dude. Like, I remember we were planning for this podcast. We were like, oh, so how should the logo be? And I'm like, oh, you know what? It'll be cool if we go for like the 80s horror thing, kind of like the Misfits logo, or like, oh, dude, hell yeah. And like, you knew exactly what you were thinking.
We both had the creepy thing in our head.
Yeah. And we, even down to like the colors. And then like, I remember you're like, hey, this is the 9 ideas. And I think we picked like the same 3 also. So
we did.
Yeah.
We pretty much did.
Yeah, which was
and
we
which
like,
was perfect.
Oh, I like this one, this one, this one. Like, well, shit, dude, that's the same ones I like. I'm like, well, there you go. That was easy.
Well, dude, you know what's cool is we can be hella cheap about it, and because I have the Photoshop file, so I could just change the color if that's all we really want to do. I want to add some stuff to it and change it up every once in a while, like with some stuff though. It'll be fun. I think you gotta keep it interesting. But
yeah, switch it up a little bit.
I was going to ask you too. So every year, we're obviously music people. I love to play music during Halloween. So what kind of like what's like? I know we didn't really talk about this before, but kind of like off the cuff stuff.
Yeah.
What's like? Give me like 3 examples. You don't have to be song specific of like Halloween. Not just bands that you think fit the genre or the theme of Halloween.
Well, it's funny, dude, because as soon as October started, I started listening to like I kind of started doing the 31 bands of Halloween
Oh,
also.
cool.
And yeah, and it's just like I haven't been posting up or anything, but every day like I try to listen to something new. So I went with like the first day I went with the Misfits because
Yeah, that's perfect.
that's
Yeah.
perfect. And then like AFI because
Okay.
again they're like and then The Cure.
Okay, The Cure, definitely, because they got the
Yeah,
ominous kind of dark tone.
exactly. Like the kind of semi kind of goth kind of style.
Dude, that
Um,
Disintegration album,
yeah.
super moody and doomy.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
amazing album.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like for me, it has to have like dark lyrics.
Yeah.
It kind of has to have like a little like kind of confusion, like where you don't know what the heck you're listening to and you don't know if like you kind of like it or not.
Yeah.
And then it has to like
It's got to be catchy or
definitely
dancey, right?
yeah, and it has to be like and it has to have like a kind of dark mood kind of to it. So like today I was actually listening to the Cholo Goth band Prayers. I'm not sure if you're into Prayers at all.
I haven't heard of it.
Oh, dude.
Cholo
So
Goth?
it's Cholo Goth. And at first I used to hate on him, like, oh, this is hella dumb. And then I started listening to him, like, oh shit, this is actually pretty good. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm actually a fan now. But
Oh shit, I'm going to the
so
concert next week.
no, I
It
actually
keeps
went to one of their
evolving.
concerts already.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Um and it turns out, you know what's funny about that dude? It turns out that the dudes from that it's those two guys.
Yeah.
One is actually married to Kat Von D.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Wow.
and that guy is an ex cholo from San Diego. Like he still represents his set, but he
Yeah.
was always into like goth music. Um, so he has the freaking lipstick and like the long nails. And then the other guy who's in it, he's also from the San Diego, Tijuana area. And it turns out that that guy knows all my friends from Tijuana. So we're
Dang.
all like, so when I'm talking to him, like, oh yeah, I saw you're from. He's like, oh blah blah blah, and then we're like, oh shit, you know that guy? I'm like, yeah, that dude's my friend. So like we're over here FaceTiming our friends from Tijuana, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm friends with this guy now too. So
Dang,
that
that's
was
kind of
really
cool.
cool. Yeah, but so they do like very goth kind of beats, like kind of yeah, it's weird, man. They're called Prayers. They have like the little goth kind of beat, pop kind of 80s synthesizer style, but the lyrics are about like, the gang life, like always watching your back and like ready to take
It's
out your enemies and all this shit. And
it sounds so funny.
it sounds super funny until you actually see it, and then there's like if you just YouTube like your documentaries that kind of describe the
Prayers,
movement, you're like, oh shit, this is hella sick. But yeah, Prayers.
dude.
Um, but yeah, that's for me. That's the criteria of like Halloween spooky movie, or spooky music. It has to be like, it has to have like a little element of like weirdness,
Yeah.
um, the dark undertone. Of course, death metal. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just given.
Like Slayer would work, Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah. Oh, Black Sabbath nails it.
Slayer's good though.
Venom.
Do you know what pops into my head?
Um,
Like the main thing that pops in my head?
what?
White Zombie,
Which
dude.
one? Yeah.
Dude, I mean
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
because
Especially
Rob
like his
Zombie is
music videos
super
specifically.
yeah, and like he's super about the whole like cuz his parents were circus people. So he grew up around that.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of his movies incorporate the circus what's the word? The circus realm or world and then he
The Carnies, yeah.
yeah, and even his like band kind of shit is all like that. Like I mean, do you remember? You remember Rob Zombie music videos from back in the day and how scary that shit was, like with all his makeup on.
I remember, like I'm thinking Dragula. Like the
Dragula, where
first
he's in the
thing.
fucking Dragula car from the Munsters, and that shit was heavy. And dude, that's Halloween to me. You know what I mean? That's like the theatrics, the scariness. Because, dude, and you know what else? It's not really music that speaks to me like that, and it's not that I'm super into it. But it's in there, and just I'm gonna bring back a memory of the music video. So Marilyn Manson's kind of a good one too. And then, but dude, do you remember the first time you saw the music video for Dope Show?
Oh yeah,
where and how like, creepy that shit was. Where he's got like the boobs with no nipples, and then he's in the bodysuit.
Yeah,
and you're just like, as a young boy, you're just like, I'm turned on, and I'm disgusted and scared all at the same time.
I remember, so there's two music videos that come to mind whenever I think of Manson. And I love, and the same thing, like, it's not even like the music itself, it's like the whole imagery of it.
Yeah.
The whole image, the whole fucking package. So, first I remember the music video for Sweet Dreams.
Yeah.
How fucking creepy he looked in that one.
Dude, and the music video was for the movie too, House on Haunted Hill they did, right? Wasn't that the same time, or did he do it before that?
So. I'm not sure, but I definitely associate the song with House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
But then also he did a song for Spawn called "The Long Hard Road to Hell."
I gotta check that out.
Oh, it's one of my favorite songs, dude. Look it up. It's called The Long Hard Road to Hell. And I remember the music video, same thing. Like he's like half naked, just censoring the right parts, and he's like covering like very like religious type of like costumes and stuff, and it's just like super creepy, and it so typical Manson, where it's like super low, kind of like his weird voice, and then it's like explosion. Like... he's like shouting, and it's just like, oh dude, this is fucking. And like I remember being 12 and fucking like seeing the movie Spawn. And like listen to the song, and I'm just like, oh man, Marilyn Manson's the fucking shit. So
that was a scary movie Marilyn too, Manson.
Though. Spawn? Oh yeah.
Spawn was kind of spooky. It had the dude. It was John Leguizamo was the clown.
Yeah.
Long Hard Road Out of Hell. Oh, it's Marilyn Manson and the Sneaker Pimps.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking up the soundtrack to Spawn. And it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Who else is in it?
So it starts with "Can't You Trip Like I Do," which is Filter and the Crystal Method. So clearly the Crystal Method's like
sounds good.
DJ. They're like, what kind of genre is that? They're like, but Crystal Method's like a DJ group, but they're like electro.
Yeah.
But they're like super kind of like
electro rock,
industrial, like something like that, right? And then you got Long Hard Road Out of Hell, which is Manson and Sneaker Pimps. Then you got a song called Satan with a band called Orbital, but then Kirk Hammett. Then you got a song called Kick the PA with Korn. Dude. For Whom the Bell Tolls with Metallica and DJ Spooky, which means it's a remix. Mm-hmm. You got Stabbing Westward. You got Prodigy with Tom Morello. Henry Rollins, Incubus, Slayer, and it's No Remorse. I Want to Die. Wow, there's a lot of really well-known acts on that record. I need to check that out. I mean, I'm sure the Metallica remix one's terrible, but everything else might be cool.
Well, it's the mid-90s. What do you expect? They're cutting their hair and look weird.
Yeah, but yeah,
definitely look at that video.
Yeah, the Manson video.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up, dude. Because I love all stuff Halloween, and I love that the L3 is doing the 31 for 31 scary movies.
Oh, but dude, we've been getting some great picks on that one, dude. I've been stoked on that, dude.
Well, dude, your pick was really good. I'm always happy with anything classic and just, I mean, to me, The Exorcist is like the Godfather of horror. Because it's in the 70s, and so was The Godfather. So that's why I'm saying that. And it's a classic. But, like,
the
Citizen Kane of horror would be, like, the Universal stuff. like the Wolfman, the Mummy, all the Karloff shit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably I'm not going that far back, but the stuff that spoke to you that was really fucking creepy. But what's a good go-to, or not go-to? We're not doing that. You lead this segment since you probably have it in order more in your head.
All right.
The costumes. Plus, I think you wrote it down because you're a respectable, planned person.
Well, I teach, so I have a lot of Post-its around my. I have a bunch of notebooks and a bunch of like Post-its.
Spell books.
Write random notes. If not, I'll forget. Yeah. No. So, I mean, the first question is, what was your favorite spot for like trick or treating around San Jose area?
Ooh, okay. So my favorite spot was, so when I was a kid, I loved going with my grandparents, but I know you're talking about like where's the best spot for the candy. I'm assuming, right?
No, it's just the favorite. Just your favorite place to go trick or treating, and it doesn't have to be like the best spot for like candy or anything. Just which
Well, two things popped in my head. It's like sentimental when I was a kid, and I remember my grandparents taking me around their neighborhood over off Aborn. And then when I got older, not old, but then when I got older, when I lived off Fleming, I really liked going up behind my house because they were the rich people who they had the better candy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. So I stopped trick or treating when I was like 11. I think I switched over middle school and stopped.
That's probably not too early. Myself. That's a little early, maybe.
Yeah,
not too early.
But I still like to go. Like I had younger siblings, so I like to go.
That's perfect.
With them and seeing it. But like I remember going to the Willow Glen area, like off Cherry and like
Lincoln,
Willow Road
or Willow,
and I loved it. Yeah, and I loved it not because they gave like good candy, because I felt like everybody gave good candy.
Yeah,
but I always loved like their decorations. I remember them going like overboard.
Yeah. I got you on that.
And I was like, yeah, and I was like, dude, hell yeah! Like I remember this one time, some dude was like, he was like Texas Chainsaw kind of style, and he kept on like he had like a barrier cage around him. But every now and then he'll like turn on his freaking chainsaw and just freaking ram it and scare the shit out of people. Yeah, awesome. So I remember that. And then as I got older, like in my teens, I used to like go into the Great America Halloween Fright thingy.
Dude, I've never been to that. I heard it. Tom used to go, and he told me it's a lot of fun. But I've wanted to go. I just never been. That's dope.
They're fun. Well, I used to work in Great America like when I was like 15, 16, and 17.
Mm-hmm.
So working, I'll work the later shifts. So Great America will stop at like at 10 or will close down at 9. And then like at 9:30, the Halloween haunt thing will go on till like midnight. So like I'll literally just like change my clothes and just go to the Halloween thing. And it was fun, dude. I remember like they had like a couple of like haunted maces or whatever, and it was fun, dude. I liked it. Now I can't even do that kind of shit, dude. My anxiety gets the best of me.
Oh, dude, I'd scream like a girl. We did something similar, just not during Halloween. When we went to Universal like years ago, me and Steph did they have a Universal. I think it's just called the Universal Fright Walk.
Yeah,
but I don't think it was during Halloween. Well, maybe it was. It must have been, right? That's stupid.
So, it has to be.
Yeah, like why would they do it all year? So yeah, we were doing it, and dude, there was one specific part that scared the shit out of me. And I was only like 26, so it wasn't that long ago. But like, I was laughing it through most of it, and like Steph's freaking out. Like, you see the Wolfman, and even though like we see him like running around, and then when we get down there, she's still scared, and I'm like, but we saw him 10 minutes ago. Like he's right there. And then the thing that fucked with me,
you knew it was coming.
Yeah, exactly. The jump scares fucked with me. But the thing that really fucked with me is because it's all Universal. So some of it's movie monsters, some of it's newer movie monsters. So there was Chucky, and it wasn't fake. But I made the mistake of laughing because you're nervous, and then I always laugh. That's like my defense mechanism. So I'm laughing at and pointing at Chucky because clearly this little person is getting mad at me. now. So I'm laughing at Chucky, and I'm like, "Look, babe, it's
Yeah,
Chucky. Like, stop being scared. It's fucking Chucky." You know, I'm not saying he's a midget or anything, but the scary thing is he was built like a child. And then he goes over to the edge of the wall, and he's got his little prop knife, you know? He's staring at me, dead eyes, and he's just banging the knife against the wall, staring at me. And then I looked at him, and I went like this. I said, and I was like legitimately creeped out, but I said this to him anyway, and I was like, "Stop that! Stop doing that shit!" And then he kept banging his bloody knife against the wall, and I'm like, "All right, let's just get the fuck out of here. I'm not doing this anymore." Like, I knew he was scaring me, and I'm like, but what freaked me out is
you're like, okay, I'm creeped out already.
What do you do outside of this? Like, what is your job? The guy must have been like 3.5 feet tall, man. I'm like, what do you do for a living, bro?
Like, what? Yeah,
he works at Hollywood Boulevard. He works at Hollywood. Was it Hollywood Boulevard with the ghetto SpongeBob's and the Spider-Man?
Yeah.
You got to tip those people.
Hollywood. Sure, get some calls or something. But yeah, it's just like,
dude, it's super cool though.
Like, what the fuck do you do? And you know what? They probably do. They probably have a podcast. We're not talking about how much they love Halloween.
This asshole came in. You know, I'm such a dick. I give him a munchkin voice.
We represent the
fuck you. He's like, you gotta love Halloween. Oh, another good memory, especially since I quoted that. Remember the Halloween episode of Boy Meets World? Where they're at the church, where they're at the school?
Yeah.
And there's like a murderer.
They always had, I feel like every like 90s TV show always had like a cool
Halloween special.
Episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, The Simpsons obviously always comes.
Oh, Treehouse of Horror is always clutch. Yeah.
Classic. And then like Family Guy did some cool ones also with Halloween. Like even like the cartoons, like I remember like Road Rats had a Halloween one.
Arthur did
Doug.
one.
Oh man, it was great stuff.
Dude, it's and that's the thing.
Power Rangers had one with a fucking dancing. Yeah.
The Megazord was getting groovy on that one. But I don't remember that one. I'm about to look that one up.
With the rapping pumpkin.
Oh, okay. It was definitely 90s.
It's on Netflix, so if you want to,
Dude. So that's our favorite places to trick or treat. What was the next one?
Right.
Is go to?
So the next question was with the Halloween costumes.
Right. So let's do.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah, go for it.
So there's 3 categories: is your favorite costume you've ever wore, your go-to costume that you always wear now, and which one you want to do this year.
All right. Do you want me to go first? Or are we just gonna answer one and then go off?
Yeah. Let's answer one and then we'll go off on that one.
Let's do. Well, the first one was your favorite costume of all time, I believe you said, right?
Yeah.
Favorite costume I've done of all time. God, I don't know if that was Halloween. Tupac was memorable. Yeah, I can't get away with that one now. I went full on blackface on that. Yeah. It wasn't. See, that's the thing. That it wasn't racist blackface. It was brownface. So you could probably still argue it's racist.
Yeah.
Favorite one though. Let's see. This was 2009 before things were racist, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Favorite costume. I know I should have this. I think my favorite. Oh, okay, I got one. My favorite costume was freshman year of high school when I was Joey Jordison of Slipknot. I went all out. My dad had an AT&T because he just started working at the time. It was Pac Bell. He was doing. He just started, so he was doing like the work in the manholes and shit. So they had these like jumpsuits and all this shit. So he had an orange jumpsuit, which was perfect because in the first album they all wore orange jumpsuits. So I was like, I just made a fake little barcode, and I didn't have the Slipknot S on the back, but that's all it was missing, dude. So then I was Joey Jordison because he was the easiest mask to make. And when you're a kid, you still make your costumes. I mean, if you're legit, you don't go to fucking Spirit. That's for quitters. You get accessories and shit there, right? Either adults, but kids make their shit, right? So I remember I bought a kabuki mask because that's what Joey Jordison's shit is anyways. And you cut the eyes out a little more, and then you just paint on it. It was easy. But another reason why I love that costume was how freaked out people were. Like, only metalheads and rockers thought it was tight. Everyone else thought it was scary. And then my asshole English teacher, Mr. Carpenter at Mount Pleasant, go fuck yourself. He called me into the principal's office and called my parents because he thought I was going to pull a Columbine.
Because of the costume?
Because of my costume. He said I was very troubled. So, yeah. Because I wore a costume. Not because I showed signs of a psychopath. Yeah. It's like, did you see in my desk that I had dead squirrels and a slingshot and, you know what I mean? Like, there's clearly documented proof of people that are troubled. And on Halloween, oh God, it's just like people can dress up like serial killers on Halloween, but I dress up like a guy in a band that you don't get, and I'm a terrorist. Like, that's why it's my favorite costume, because that's super punk rock to piss off the man, right?
And I mean, that's the whole purpose of Slipknot. Also, the whole point of those costumes in the mask is kind of like to creep people out, and it adds the whole creepiness to their
it does,
to
man.
their music.
So that's my favorite costume. What about you?
Well, first off, I was listening to their self-titled, their first album, self-titled one. I got it on vinyl not so long ago. So.
Slipknot?
Yeah, that's
fuck yeah.
That's a great freaking album.
Oh, dude.
But no, actually my favorite costume, and I think you might have been a part of this, but we went to a Halloween party, and we went dressed as the Chariot of Evil.
Chariot of Evil, I remember.
It was our butt rock 80s trash metal alter ego band. I remember we went to his house party at my buddy's house in downtown.
I remember this story.
And it had the vest on, and I should have like.
No, but you gotta tell him what we did at Hollywood's before we went to the party.
Yeah. So I didn't at first. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy like an actual vest, or I'm gonna do like a jean jacket vest or something.
Yeah.
I ended up just buying the accessory one from like fucking Spirit, which is like the plastic one, whatever.
Yeah.
We went over to our friend's Hollywood house, and I remember I had like my Iron Maiden shirt under, and then like the vest and the fucking hair of Indiana. It was fucking glorious. So I didn't have time to put patches or anything, so I took some white spray paint and I put COE. And then with the O, I did a pentagram because
why not?
And then I think I did like a upside down cross.
Yeah.
And it was cool because it was dripping because it was wet. So it kind of dripped. It gives a super cool feel to it. Whatever. We go over to our buddy's house. We're fucking hit. Everybody loves us. They're all really cool buddies of mine. We still talk about this. I actually ran into my friend whose house we went, and we are just talking about this like 2 weeks ago. But we're over at my friends Mike's and Rick's house. I sit down their couch, and all the paint on my vest just transferred into the fucking couch, dude. And so,
oh God,
whatever. We went out to the party, and then like a day later, my friend Rick sends me a fucking picture of the couch, and in the couch it said COE with the upside down, with the pentagram and the upside down cross, and it was all like all the paint stick to the couch, and I felt so bad. I'm like, oh Rick, I'm on my way. Let me go clean it up. He's like, no, dude, it's cool. It came off with like with like a brush and water. He's
it's
like, it
chill.
actually came out super. He's like, it came out super easy. But we were like, at first he was like, what the fuck? He was all pissed
He probably
off
thought
because
someone
it
spray
painted.
painted his couch.
Yeah, and then he's like, it was fucking Danny. Oh, the motherfucker, fucking Danny. So they were pissed off, and then they tried cleaning it, and then it just came off like it came
And
off
then they
super
probably laughed
easily,
about it.
and then started laughing. Yeah, now we laugh
God,
about it,
I
and he goes,
remember that.
and then he goes, and I'm like, dude, like, I'll pay for it to get clean. And then the worst thing is like, no, it's clean. Fucking 2 weeks later, he ends up tossing it anyways because he bought a new couch. So
you should have burned the damn thing. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, dude, so let me freaking spray paint it back. But that's
Those
been
are
probably my
memories.
favorite one, dude.
Dude, that's a good
Because
one.
because it was like me, you, Ryan,
Yeah.
Hollywood, and I feel like there was maybe a fifth person, but I remember there was a picture somewhere of us 4 or 5 walking, all with Cherry of Evil like things in the back or
Because it
something.
was downtown SJ. It was like at a
Yeah,
Victorian house or something, right?
yeah, right. Yeah, they're renting out this house, and it was cool because like everybody was like the sexy cop and the sexy
Yeah.
whore and all this shit. And we were like, oh, we're metalheads. And I think some Red Bull girls show up too.
Oh, dude,
Remember,
that's right.
like,
Because we got like free Red Bulls for some reason.
yeah, and I think one of my friends' bands was playing like in the basement or something.
No, I
It was
remember that
insane,
was a cool
dude. It
house
was
party.
awesome.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
always have the
everybody was
plug
super
on.
chill.
You seemed to back then. You always had. Excuse me. You always had a plug on house parties.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's
yeah,
how I do shit.
young and reckless. Now we're like, yeah, we want to be in bed by 10, so no more
Now we're
house
like, all
parties.
right, we'll do one episode tonight. I gotta be in bed. I want to be in bed before the news.
Yeah, no, but definitely that one. So let me ask. So, which leads us to the next question: what is your go-to costume every year? Like last minute, you're like, oh shit, I didn't prepare myself.
Um,
What's your go-to?
it's somewhat of a fusion, but it's pretty simple. So I got years ago. I bought a Black Label Society vest because I've always wanted it. Because I love Black Label Society and Zach
Right.
Wilde, and so now for a while my go-to was just being a biker, and I got sick of it because I'm like, eh. So now my go-to is the vest is optional,
Mm-hmm.
but I always wear my gorilla mask and my gorilla hands, and it's easy,
Yeah.
So that's my go-to if I'm lazy or if I just want to be funny.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy,
Yeah, it's funny. I had the same. I think you get this at Spirits, right? It's like the mask and like
Yeah,
the
it's the
gloves, right?
cheapest option because I didn't want to do the whole on suit. 'Cause you can still wear
Yeah,
your
and you just
clothes
wear
with it.
like a sweater or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
It's
had
like
that
Teen Wolf
costume
kind of
before.
shit. You don't have to go all out.
Yeah, yeah, I had that one before. I know which
Yeah.
one. Mine was black. So
Yeah, I
I
had the
used to have
black.
that
I have the
one.
black one.
And then now my two go-to ones is this werewolf one I have. Same
Nice.
thing as like it's like a hoodie kind of thing where your face is still open. You got the gloves and a little tail. You throw on a flannel or something, which I have like plenty of. And you're a fucking werewolf. So that's my go-to. And then if I get really, really like, you know, if I cannot find the freaking costume, because sometimes I don't know where the fuck I store it at,
Right.
I just go with the corpse paint. Just
Oh, that's
freaking
easy.
white, little black
I've never
here.
actually done that. That's cool.
It's fun. It's fun.
Do the whole black metal. That's smart.
Yeah, it's just all white, a couple of eyes, around the eyes, couple in the mouth, and then it doesn't have to look super cool. It can look shitty because you're dead, and spray some blood over your
And
face.
someone tells you
You're
something like,
dead.
fuck you, man. I'm dead. Have some
Yeah,
respect.
yeah. Like, hey man, it's not even
It's
even.
not
Hey,
even
fuck you, I'm
real.
dead.
So shut up, dude.
Yeah,
You're going to be joining me in a minute.
yeah. Go tell it to the guy from Mayhem.
Yeah,
Oh, go tell.
you're probably part of that group Chariot of Evil that like ruining people's couches.
Yeah, fuck Cherry of Evil.
Fuck their paint. Their temp paint.
But yeah, those are my go-to, my two go-to, the
Those
werewolf
are...
thing, if not. And then one year I actually did both at the same time, and everybody thought I was a fucking raccoon, and so I didn't like it.
I don't know, though. But now that Rocket Raccoon's cool. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no. If it's not what you're going for, it's always disappointing when someone's like, "Oh, that's so cool," and it's wrong, and you're like, "Ugh,
you're a
you
raccoon."
suck.
I'm like, no, I'm a death metal guy dressed like a freaking werewolf, but whatever.
You know, first of all, they don't like that term. That's racist.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so what's your term? What's your term? What? Jeez. What's your idea or Halloween costume this year?
So I've been saying I want to do this for like the past 3 years, but obviously I go to my go-to. Um, this year I really want to do like the whole Venetian doctor kind of thing with like from the plague and stuff. So definitely want to do
Oh,
like
with
the
the long
whole
nose thing? The
yeah. So I
bird
definitely
nose
want to do
mask?
like the cloth and everything. I'm not sure if I want to do like the full on nose like the with the doctor because I feel like a lot of people are gonna be doing that because of COVID. But I
Yeah.
definitely want to wear like maybe like a mask kind of like from like Eyes Wide Shut or something.
Dude.
Where
Like a
like
goat head mask or
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
something
It's just
like
like a
that, yeah.
super creepy
Kind of
mask or
culty.
something with like a coat. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to
Dude,
do
that's
this
fucking
year.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
that's my
super
go.
fucking cool.
That's if I ever get around and order it or go to the store and actually get it because I might get lazy and just go with the paint, with the corpse paint.
I have two ideas and I'm trying to figure. So my ideas are strange. So
Go ahead.
I know, but I forgot one of them. So, all right, I'm gonna tell one of them, and then the other one I'm gonna have to remember it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love the show Magnum PI, the Tom Selleck one.
Yeah,
I love '80s stuff, and I love
80s,
how like
yeah.
I just love detective shows and shit like that. Anyway, it's super corny. I love it. So I want to be Magnum PI. The thing that sucks is I have to debate whether or not I'm going to shave my fucking facial hair and just rock the mustache for the costume.
And just rock the mustache. You kind of have to.
I know, but then here's the other idea I had with it. I could be washed up out of work Magnum PI with a beard. But then no one's going to know who I am.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what? How will that, like...
See, and then I'm just going to look like
Hawaiian
Tom
shirt?
Hanks from Castaway with this fucking dumb thing, and then I'm going to have a Hawaiian shirt with short shorts on and a Detroit Tigers hat.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to know who I am. So I do the mustache.
They're gonna think you're Forrest
Rob Reiner or Forrest Gump running. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm leaning against that unless I got to go full on. And here's the thing: even if you take this off, right, I don't have the Selleck mustache, so I'm just gonna look like a fucking porn creep from the '80s, or I'll just look like Tom. So I'm just not ready for that yet, and I'm leaning against Magnum PI now. Now that I vocalize it more, I'm realizing it's a mistake.
Now you're saying it more.
What I need to do is, here's my other option. It also involves shaving my facial hair. Wow. And I only remember half of it because I've never done it. Wolverine's my favorite X-Men.
Okay.
So I would love to be Wolverine, but the other day I had a fucking idea to mix Wolverine with another costume. And I, of course, for the purpose of the show, I forgot. So, the thing with Wolverine that's cool is it's the opposite. I got to ditch the mustache, and then I got to pull the beard out, and then I got to have these thick mutton chops.
Yeah.
I'm kind of down, but I definitely don't know how long I'm going to keep the mutton chops after Halloween.
Then
you know what I mean?
Have to clinch it. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm going to do. That's what it is. I remember. It's going to be Wolverine Elvis. I have no idea how I can pull it off because both have the fucking burns, you know? So it would be like fat, bloated Elvis, which is my favorite because he's like gluttonous. He's a rock star. He doesn't give a fuck. He's probably doing hella drugs, living it up. Yeah. Doesn't give a shit. He's the king. He's already the king. And then he's fat. He's like Pablo, you know, Pablo Escobar. He's like, he doesn't need to be lean. He doesn't need to be buff. He's just comfortable. You know what I mean? So I respect the fat Elvis. And then I was thinking, how cool would it be to do fat Elvis with Wolverine? The only problem is, if you do Elvis, Right. So there's a couple options of Elvis. You can do like Jailhouse Rock, where you do the leather jacket and it's kind of the outlaw look, which goes well with Wolverine.
Yeah.
But the Elvis I want to do, which I know I can't, I want to do the sequined white fucking leisure suit, dude. You know, with a bell bottom bottoms with the
Bottoms,
fucking
yeah.
tapered the fucking tassels on it, and I'll just be doing like dumb bullshit karate moves, and then I'll have my claws, and then I'll just be Wolverine, I guess, with the dumb hair on top. But
Yeah.
so if I was gonna mix them, and this is probably not gonna happen either because it seems very intricate. A question for you to help me with this. I'm gonna do the mutton chops, obviously, and I'm gonna do the claws. But should I do Wolverine hair or Elvis hair?
Well, I'm thinking Wolverine kind of slit. He got like the little pomade kind
Yeah,
of
kind of like basically
flashback.
These are kind of horned out, right?
Yeah. Where Elvis, he has the longer hair and it's kind of like split over comb or something, but it's long, especially during that era.
It
He
is pretty
had it long. Where I can see it more if you were like, what if you do like Elvis, but like Hawaiian shirt Elvis?
I like blue Hawaii Elvis. Okay.
Yeah. Or even like Tom's like Magnum PI, but like
Maybe should
also
I just be
with like,
Fat Elvis?
why
It
not?
seems like that's where we're leaning. But see, that's the problem with Fat Elvis is then how do I get a hold of that jumpsuit? I'm not trying to spend hella money, but that would be really cool
like
to
the
have.
eagle rhinestone,
Dude, like all the rhinestones and that's got to be expensive. I know I could find. Obviously, I'd want to find a cheap one, but even then, I wonder how cheap they'd be.
Yeah, and I mean, how comfortable will you feel walking around with a fucking
I'd rock
one
it.
suit leotard?
I would rock it with no underwear, and I'd even put a fucking. I'd wear underwear, but I'd put a like like a fucking cucumber in my pants or something, like from Spinal Tap. Yeah.
Yeah, to enhance.
You got to. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
I'm not rocking all natch. I gotta fucking. No. I'm the king of rock and roll. I gotta have something down there.
No one's ready for all of that.
I mean,
action.
I ain't rocking no king scepter right now. You know what I mean? So I need a little help.
Yeah.
A little help in the scepter department. So what?
Yeah, go for it.
I answer. Wait, I went first, I believe. Mm-hmm. So, what is your? Well, you already said that. No, we already did.
Oh,
this.
I did. Yeah,
I was done.
Yeah.
You're the COVID, not the COVID. You're thinking like the clergy / cult.
Like Eyes Wide Shut, kind of
druid kind of thing.
Yeah. Also, while you're talking, I can tell you also what's been my two laziest costumes. Really quickly off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I bought this like a bright orange pumpkin kind of shirt with like it looks like a jack-o'-lantern. So there's one year I just I put that on with like my black jeans and like a black undershirt and like my green beanie, and I was a jack-o'-lantern. No one really got it, but I mean the shirt gave it as a Halloween theme. Really, and then so I've been rocking that. Last year I rocked that shirt also to like Halloween. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna slap this Halloween t-shirt. And then the other lazy one, we went to a concert once, me and a couple of my buddies. We saw Brand New. I'm not sure if you're familiar with
the band. Brand New. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Steph loves them too.
They're playing here in San Jose. They played here in San Jose State Event Center on Halloween night.
Oh, that's hella cool.
And it was like my first time going to a Halloween show. So everybody was in costume. The band was dressed like Where's Waldo and all this stuff. So me and my buddies, we were exactly 6 friends. So we all went and we got Power Ranger t-shirts.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so it's like it looks like the uniform and stuff.
Yeah.
So every now and then I'll wear that.
Which like color Halloween. Ranger were you?
Oh, I was the Black Ranger, homie. I was the Black.
Yeah, mine was my favorite was the red, and then my favorite of all time that was cooler than the red was the green.
Oh, Tommy, yeah.
And then he was a bad guy.
So we went. My friend, when in our group there was a green one, pink, black. And the Red Ranger.
Oh, and the red.
Yeah. And then while we were out there at the show, we ran into a
Blue?
A Blue Ranger. We couldn't find a Yellow Ranger though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no
Which
one
she was
was.
Asian originally and then she became black. So
Yes,
clearly
they.
that was the minority placeholder Power Ranger for Sabin.
Yeah. Well, the theory goes is that they're saying that they didn't renew their contracts, so that's why they left, like the Black
But
Ranger
couldn't they
and
have
stuff
just
like
gotten
that.
another? And maybe that. So is that less sensitive to get another Asian actor,
Well,
or to just
the
completely change it altogether? I
from
don't
what I
know.
was seeing is that they did get a lawsuit saying it was racist because the Yellow
Because
Ranger
she was just
was
Asian.
Asian, the Black Ranger was black, and then the Red Ranger actually was like part Native American
But
also.
see, my whole thing with that was like, well, the red one's kind of tough, and even the
Yeah.
yellow. But the black, I'm sorry. I wish we had a black co-host, but I would be like, what color would you want to be, dude? I would assume black. First of all, black's a really cool fucking color. Second of
Yeah.
all, it matches everything. Third of all,
Absolutely.
black power. So there you go. I mean,
Yeah. No.
obviously it's a powerful message, and I mean, like, dude, Black Panther, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, come
But
on.
the creators were also saying that like, oh, the reason we had them like specifically picked like racially also is to show that when we unite, when we put our
Yeah,
differences in our color, when we unite, we overcome trouble.
and I think
So it
that's
was
more
also,
what it was.
and I think it got lost in translation. With
People
like,
just
oh,
are
they're just being racist.
people just being assholes and not. They probably didn't even really understand or watch the show, and that's normally what it is. People, the cancel culture now is just like that. It's let's not
Yeah.
look into the whole thing. Let's just get mad at one part of it and magnify it to this giant problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nine times. That's mostly what shit is nowadays. So yeah, makes sense.
Because it's not like Trini the Yellow Ranger was like saying super racist.
Yeah, or she wasn't like hella good at math and like doing
Yeah, or
everyone's
like super
taxes.
stereotypical. Yeah, stereotypical accent.
She was
The Red
expressing,
Ranger.
yeah.
Yeah, the Red Ranger wasn't like, oh, with the healing powers of these.
Wait, so was the Red
But
Ranger was Native American? I always thought he was just a white dude.
I
Or
think
was that the
he's
Blue
mostly
Ranger? I
white,
know
but
the
he
Blue
has
Ranger
some.
was kind of like he was the dorky guy. He had the
Yeah, the Blue
glasses.
Ranger's a dorky white guy who ended up leaving because he was gay and he was like getting.
Yeah, you can't have gay Power Rangers. It's actually in the
Yeah,
Power Rangers
well,
bylaws.
it's in the rule book.
It
No, but
is.
he was getting like teased and like a lot of homophobic stuff. So they actually, I remember he
Jeez,
said
really?
that he left while filming Power Rangers one episode. He went for lunch and he came back, and he
It was
went
a
to
fucking
like,
kids show, man. Like there's like
yeah,
adult people harassing a guy. I mean, just so weird.
yeah, because he was gay, and then like he went to like it really messed with him. Like he went to like those camps to pray the gay away and all this shit, and like he really tried not to be gay, and then he's like, man, fuck it, I'm gay and I'm proud. So now he's back and he has his own like he's like, yeah, I'm fucking gay. So what?
I mean,
He's still freaking
that's how he should have been the whole time.
yeah.
Poor
And at
guy.
the end of the day, motherfucker, you're the Blue Ranger. Not a lot of people
Yeah,
can
you're a
say you're the
fucking Blue
freaking
Ranger,
cool Blue
dude.
Ranger. Yeah.
Dude, well, I always signified with that because I had the glasses too, and blue's my favorite color. But he was never
Yeah.
really my really favorite. And it wasn't because
No,
he was
because he
gay.
didn't know
Plus,
how to
we didn't even
fight.
know that back then. But like I said, Tommy, man, Green Ranger, he turns on everybody. But he was cool. He had a
Yeah.
ponytail. He was the edgy white guy. So I always wanted to
Yeah.
be the edgy white guy. I was like a relatable, not relatable because he was white, not relatable because I'm edgy. I definitely was
Yeah.
not edgy when I watched Power Rangers when I was a child. I think I
Yeah.
had Barney underwear and yeah,
No, but Power Rangers good. That's also Netflix. Don't watch it though.
it doesn't hold
Don't
up,
watch
huh?
Power Rangers. No, it's just gonna ruin
Yeah.
your love for it.
The movie, remember Sammy Hagar? It was Van Halen did Dreams
Oh yeah.
soundtrack. That's a really good Van Halen song.
That's and I was actually listening to that earlier when I was driving the go higher
Yeah,
and
dude,
higher.
I get goosebumps when I hear Sammy Hagar sing. He's so
Yeah.
good.
So, dude, actually, that soundtrack is. I know we were talking about soundtracks earlier.
Hmm.
That Power Rangers soundtrack slaps, dude. Because I remember at the beginning, again, I'm not sure who the fuck let a bunch of teenagers jump off. Like, there was a skydiving
That's
competition,
right.
and like, if they're 16, 17-year-old kids, like, why the fuck are you gonna let them like skydive with like no, like no
Yeah.
protection? Like, They're pro skydivers.
Hello, dude.
What kind of school does this?
Yeah, that's true.
But I remember they jumped off, and Tommy had like this cool like skateboard or board that in the sky.
Oh yeah,
But they had
he was like strapped into a board or something.
yeah,
I remember that.
and he had that one song, the Red Hot Chili Pepper song, the people.
Oh, it was Higher Ground.
Yeah,
the Stevie Wonder cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I remember that. That's a cool cover. Flea goes crazy on that bass.
So I remember that one, and then at the very end when they say "Thank you, Power Rangers," they put the Van Halen song.
Yep.
We'll go higher
and higher, straight up we'll fly. Do do. God, dude. R.I.P. to Van Halen, though.
Oh yeah, I think dude. Fuck yeah. Just an amazing guitar player.
We could do it. I think we'll do an episode where we pick a few of our favorite Van Halen songs. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna end up having the same ones, but
maybe because I know you probably don't go super deep. But then I kind of have a couple different ones. Maybe we'll just do like two. Make it easier.
All right. Yeah.
We'll do it like on another episode. That'd be fun. Two is easy because I'll pick two random ones that I like a lot that I don't think you're gonna pick. Mm-hmm. And even if you pick them, I got a handful I could probably find.
No, we can go three.
I'm not worried about it.
A good one.
Oh, we could do three.
Yeah,
I know you love your threes.
I do.
Yep. And speaking of three, you need to you should plug it. Do a shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. Well, first off, thank you for sticking around if you are listening to this. But I highly recommend you guys and invite you guys to go check out my other podcast called the L3 Podcast, where we talk about the Mexican Soccer League and Mexican soccer national team. But we talk about it's for our English audience, so we speak in English and. We talk everything in English, and it's really cool. You can find us on Instagram at the L3 Pod. Find us on Twitter, the L3 Pod. You can find us also on Facebook on the L3 Pod. You can have, we have links to all of our personal L3 Pod website or Twitter handles, and you're here to hear first. We are relaunching our website pretty soon.
Oh wow!
This past weekend on Sunday we did a couple of photo shoots for a new website, so that's gonna be launching pretty soon. Yeah,
that's cool,
so
man.
Excited. We're excited for that. We get to relaunch it after not having one for about a year because we took a little break from it. So
yeah,
we're coming. But yeah, L3 Pod. It should be fun. We have new episodes on Tuesdays and Fridays. And usually the Friday ones are fun because we tell you who you should bet to win some money because we have a really bad gambling problem.
Well, everyone in America and pretty much worldwide also shares that problem. And I don't have a gambling problem because problems are only when you want to admit that they're problems.
That's true.
But I'm not a huge gambler, but I do see the appeal and I do like placing bets. And I rarely place the right ones, so I will be tuning in Friday. You want to make some money? You want to gamble the mortgage? Why not do it with the L3? And I think, especially on a Friday, going into that hard weekend, you just got paid. Why not throw some cash around? And these guys know what they're talking about. Anthony, Daryl, and what's the other guy's name?
Danny. That's me.
Oh, Danny. That's right. And Danny. They're all really good, knowledgeable, funny. Not dry. And that's the thing that I like about you guys is you're down to earth. You're not like elitist soccer guys. Because that is a hard thing. I feel like it's not I've asked people to kind of get me into that genre and help me out because I'm a noob, man. I'm not super exposed to soccer. I mean, every kid plays it when they're young, but they suck. And then, the people that stick with it and follow it. I relate to the fandom of it because that's how I love American football.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about soccer is that it's just it's like a worldwide phenomenon, dude. Like you just, I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't think that I think it is the biggest sport worldwide.
It
So
definitely
yeah.
is, as far as like tournament wise goes, and like the most played all over the world, most definitely. But yeah, I mean, as far as our episodes goes, we at first we did started like with the super like, it's just sounding like every other podcast out there about the sport,
Mm-hmm.
and we're like, that's kind of boring. We should do something different. And so it's kind of like what we're doing here. We're just having a conversation about soccer and and our own opinions.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really cool. Like, there's pretty much each team is really cool with the community, the Liga MX Eng and English, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much all these teams have like an English podcast, and there's like a huge community on Twitter and Instagram out of it. And if you actually see those, I know Coop, you were talking about this earlier about our 31 days recommendation for Halloween thing we're
Mm-hmm.
doing right now with DL3. Like, everybody who has picked the movie, they're all associated with the Liga MX in English community. Like, either they have their own, either the writers for like their own websites or ESPN, or they, they're, fans, or they have their own podcasts and stuff like that. So super
Dude,
cool.
that's hella sick.
Yeah. So it's a fun little project that we're doing. At the very least, you should check it out to see what movie recommendations were,
Well, I was just gonna
or
say,
movie
yeah, for the
we're picking.
Halloween theme this year, they're doing a really cool. If you follow them on the gram, as the youngsters say,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
what
if
the
they say
youngsters say.
that, but yeah, it's L3 Pod, and dude, really good thing to handle. That I wish I need to get my social on par with what you guys are doing, because man, I feel like you guys are regularly posting. It's always interesting subject matter, and it grabs you, and you do a
Yeah.
good. You guys do a good thing. You guys all have a good chemistry.
Well, thank
Um,
you.
oh yeah, man, I respect you guys, and I love that you guys do more than two people, and it's perfect. It's That's how you guys know you're disciplined and you like what you do. Is none of you talk over each other. It's like really good chemistry, and it's not busy. And I look up to that
Yeah.
because I'm scared of no, three's the cool one, but if you're gonna do four, I almost feel like someone's just gonna be not in it the whole time, because it's just you can't
Yeah.
just four dialogues. But see, the way you guys do it, you guys have to split it up and know who's talking, and I just respect that. That's a lot of work. So I think you guys are
Yeah.
on to something great. It's evolving. It's getting better. You guys are over 120 episodes, I believe, right?
Yeah. We
And
we stopped at a little bit before 100. We took a year off, because we all went through it, like
yeah,
which led to this podcast. But yeah, we're at 100, and we didn't even like keeping track anymore, to be
yeah, no,
honest.
but
We're
I
like,
think you're over 120 though, at least.
yeah,
Which I
we're over 100 and something, because we're like, well, we cannot say like, oh yeah, go back to episode 50, because it was just for that weekend only, so it doesn't really like
Yeah, it's
apply.
current. Well, and
Yeah.
like I guess ours is different than that, but I don't like saying the numbers in the episode either. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just not what we're gonna do. That's why it's
That sounds good
printed
to me.
on the header, and that's why if you can't read, hey, tough break. There's always FUBU. So
Yeah, that's true.
but I think that's a good way to end this week. It was kind of a long week for us. We kind of took it easy today. We just kind of reconnected. This was a little therapy for us, just a nice little social woosah. And
Yeah, a little checking in, and hey bud, how's it going, kind of situation.
dude,
I
that's
like it.
sometimes that's all we need. And I'm thinking, next week we'll probably do a little more. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
These weeks play by play. But I like that
Yeah.
we're not doing it all just on the weekends, because we value our time off.
We definitely do like our times off and having our time to sleep.
And Danny's got a great paper, so he needs to go to bed, guys. You can't keep him up all night. Okay? So
That's right.
stop harassing him. Leave him alone. He's a teacher by day and a sexy beast with those red glasses on by night.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he got his hair
I
did,
like
so
it.
I'm all over him right now.
Oh yeah. I did purple. I'm not sure if you can really
I like it.
kind of
I
see it.
thought it was more of a burgundy, but I like that it's purple.
Yeah. Let me see if I can, maybe if I.
See, that's just the lighting just isn't quite. Now I could see the purple, but I think your brown, well, your black hair is
Yeah.
fighting it.
Yeah, it's been a dim the
It
lights.
looks good
And
though. It looks really good. I'm not
it's
just saying that to butter you up.
no, thank you, man. I appreciate it. No, it was at first I was like, I wasn't sure how it was gonna come out, but I don't know. I figured I still have a lot of paint left over anyway, so I can always just re-bleach it
Yeah.
and maybe like go bold or something.
That's what I'm wondering right now. I really wanted to get a haircut tomorrow, but then I'm like, if I'm gonna be a fucking Elvis,
Yeah, keep it long.
I gotta keep it long.
If you're gonna go for the '70s Elvis or the Fat Elvis, I should say.
I know, but that's the best Elvis. And I don't want to get a wig. Elvis wigs are terrible.
Yeah,
I mean, they're funny.
they're like either,
but they're not like.
Yeah, but they're too expensive.
Yeah, good one. Those $10 wigs never fit your head right. They never look right. Always flat. They're always too flat, and how they look on the thing. But you know what I heard? I heard you literally have to like pull them out and hairspray it. It's like a whole process.
Yeah.
I used to just. I don't do that.
Last story, and then we'll call this out.
Yeah.
I went to this Halloween party once at the it was slash show, whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be dressed like Robert Smith of The Cure.
Yeah.
So I got, I'm like, oh, super easy, black jeans, the black like
your hair all weird.
Yeah, so my hair was short at the time. It wasn't super long. So I bought this wig, and it was like a nerd wig, and it was like super long. It was super long. It was cool. So yeah, same thing. Like I, spray painted so I can look all super cool. Put some like black eyeliner, and the guy was charging me like I didn't have a costume on, and I'm like, no, dude, like it's not hair. He's like, no, dude, you're just dressed. I'm like, no, I'm Robert Smith from The Cure, and I had to like. Somebody else had to like show him a picture. Oh, he's dressed like this guy.
The dude just thought you're. Cool. But isn't that so insulting? Like, you know how like people are usually like, all right, I don't know whether he's wearing a Halloween costume. This dude straight up was like, that's not a Halloween costume. That's how you are every day. It's like that's kind of fucking like kind of jumping it a little bit. Like you don't know.
Yeah.
This guy in 2020 wouldn't do so well.
Yeah, I'm like,
a lot of labeling.
I'm Robert Smith. He's like, I don't even know who that is.
I don't care what your name is, bro. He probably thought you were introducing yourself.
Yeah, and somebody showed me.
I don't care if you're Robert Smith.
Okay. I ended up like taking off my wig. I'm like, see, it's a wig, dude. And he goes, oh,
yeah,
okay.
All right, dude. That's what you want me to think. Oh, no, man.
But yeah, I remember being so bummed out because I'm like, fuck, nobody gets that I'm freaking Robert Smith. Like,
you're all, hey, dude, that's perfect, though, because boys don't cry. And
that's true.
Hey, and then it would have been funny because you would have been sad, Robert Smith, and it would have like been, oh, dude, that's perfect. Maybe he did. Maybe he knew and he was helping you. He did.
Yeah, it's he did. Look cry.
He's like, let's make this emo kid really sad.
And then, like, of course, I never went for that. One day I'll try to be Robert Smith again.
Fuck it. I think you should.
I got the belly for it now. So,
well, that's why I love Fat Elvis. I don't got to lose weight.
Yeah.
Just walk around with a fucking peanut butter and banana sandwich in my hand.
That's half the battle right there.
Oh, another movie. I know we're super done. I don't know if you've seen it. Bubba Hotep.
No.
Okay.
Bubba Hotep.
Google it and look it up and watch the trailer online and then that's it. I don't even want to tell you about it because you're going to enjoy it. It's campy. Yeah. Check it out.
From 2002?
Yeah, it's not that old.
Oh, God. Okay, I see why you brought it up. Yeah. First image.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell. Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, Bruce Campbell is that guy.
He plays, he's Elvis.
He is. Yeah.
Oh. And I don't want to let on to the other characters in the movie because they're so funny. So I'm just going to let you watch it and then we'll talk about it another time. But there's some homework for you and there's some homework for the listeners.
There you go.
Even though you have your homework probably 4 days before they will, but that's okay. Because you're special.
And that's perfectly fine. Hell yeah, I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
It's a good one.
Me too.
Silly shit. But yeah, dude, I'm glad we chopped it up. We got some festivities planned. We got some costume ideas a little more cemented now, thanks to you. I'm gonna do some Halloween decorating this weekend, and give you an update next week how that went.
Hell yeah! Send me some pictures.
And I'll do that too. I'll take some pictures because it'll be a whole family thing. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited. It's a good month.
I'm pretty sure I'll save through Steph first because I'm pretty sure
you will. She's better.
Yeah.
She's better at me. She's better at me. She's better than me at that. And you're damn right. She's good. Yeah, you'll see it. She'll do it first. I'll have the blurry, out of focus ones later. Well, here's my pictures.
You kind of see it.
She put them on the fridge just to make me happy. Yeah.
Next to like her baddest films.
She knows gonna cry and throw a BF, so they're on the fridge.
She's like, all right, fine, Coop, we'll put yours here.
Right here.
So everybody can see.
Here. There you go. And then she tells Champ she'll take them off when he goes to bed.
Oh, Champ ripped them. Yeah, he was playing with them because he liked them so much.
I guess we gotta throw them away. She's all like, yeah, get this shit out of here. No, she supports my creativity, but sometimes you need to hear people tell you no, don't do that.
Yeah.
And on that note, we are going to do that because we have to end the show because we are going to go to sleep. And Danny needs his beauty rest, and it's another day. It's another day, another dollar, guys.
Oh yeah.
And we appreciate your support, and we're glad we can be here for you. And if you want to show some support, throw us a share, throw us a like, and comment every once in a while. TFTHpod@gmail.com is also our email if you want to talk about your woes or just anything that you kind of want to ask us. Feel free. It's pretty much an open form email. We do also accept bribes. So
we do.
Keep that in mind.
In fact, we encourage them.
We heavily encouraged, especially during the fall to winter season. These are hard months, people. So get that money together and feel like you need to throw it at us.
We can do, email us. We'll tell you the list of things we can do for that.
We also know a Nigerian prince, and so anything that kind of helps. If you guys need some fraudulent investing tips, we're here for you.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week on Tales from the Head.